Hello! We're here.
We did it.
We made it live.
Hi.
It's happening. I have a cold, and if you bully me about it, I'll cry.
Oh, no.
Play a
Don't
game,
bully.
and it's gonna be
Don't
great.
bully her.
No bullying.
The bully-free zone. We're on board. Okay, great.
This is
No shaming about bodily issues.
Yeah, exactly. We've all got our we got our stuff. Johnny Omaha, welcome in. Saltwater, welcome in. Chuck, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming.
Lord Kazumba popped his head in. We can maybe expect a raid from them later.
Lord Kazumba.
Lord Kazumba. Savage, welcome in. Good to see you. Dirty Dwarf, welcome in. Willie, part of the early crew. God damn. How are all y'all diddly dang doing? We're super excited to get started. This is Blood and Briar. This is our first session. And really our first time playing in a campaign. We played a short little like 2-shot adventure together. But this is my first time castle keeping a Castles and Crusades game. This is these lovely ladies' first time playing in a Castles and Crusades campaign.
Yes.
And on that note, do we want to just go around and introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about our experience with Castles and Crusades?
Sure.
Cool.
In
Hi.
character? Or as
We'll do add a character for now.
Okay.
We also can't. We probably can't touch on one thing. Just a reminder.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I
we have
know.
secrets.
I know what
We have
you're-
secrets. Yeah. But anyway, Rebecca, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, I am Rebecca. I met Steve
Earlier this year.
Over secrets.
NDA. Anyway, I think he was really charmed that I have no idea what I'm doing, and he's like, "Hey, come work for us." And I just want to say, if I can learn to play this game, anyone can do it. Anyone can join in. I'm so new. And what else? I live in Atlanta, and I'm an actor.
Very lovely. How about sorry, I see the word Bianca, and then I like.
I don't know. Should I have it be my
you.
real name or have?
No, it's
Well,
perfect.
okay. I'm Rachel playing Bianca. My cat Pumpkin Spice is here. We'll see if my cat Beatrice in the game shows up. I also met Steve at an NDA earlier this year. And I also had a pet cat for that situation. I'm an actor as well. I live in LA. I'm really excited. I've only played something like this once before many years ago. And it wasn't a full campaign. So I'm really looking forward to getting a full story and exploration of an entire campaign. Like what? Like we're going to do that? Let's do it.
Beautiful. Carly, what about you?
Just fine in the chat. Hi, my name is Carly. We're not saying where we're from, right? That doesn't really matter.
I said I was in LA. If you want to say you're from
I'm currently in LA. I felt the need to tell people I'm from San Diego. So Cali girl, SoCal girl. I also NDA, can't say anything, but all I know is that at this NDA thing, Steve was like, "You ladies are hilarious. What do you do for a living?" And we're like, "We're performers." He wasn't surprised and wanted us to take a crack at this. So here we also are all friends from college. So, and I mean, theater, so surprise, and
acting.
ready to have some fun.
We're super excited. And then of course I'm Grace. I'm here every Monday. And we do live readings set in the world of air, just live readings of fiction. And then I also stream over on twitch.tv/Hearth Coven Games, where we're going to be doing a cyberpunk game. So if that's your jam, come hang out tomorrow. But yeah,
I know that game.
It's a great game. It's pretty cool. Not as good as this game, but you know. Hey, Davis is here. Welcome in, Davis. I didn't know you knew how to be in streams and chat. That's awesome. Good to see you. Amazing Adventure Cyberpunk. That is what we should do. Well, with all the housekeeping out of the way, what do you say we just jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Beautiful. Okay. So we will exit the world of Earth and enter the world of Aird. Two things can be said about the world of Aird. It is a land of danger, and it is a land of hope. The world still reels from the death of Mordias, the goddess of nature. Her killer, Orndul the Red God, watches from his wretched kingdom beyond the sky, as his servants work to do his bidding, sowing seeds of terror across Aird. The people themselves make their living one way or another. Some people are bakers, some are mercenaries, some run a private investigation firm, but we'll get there. The Darkenfold Forest is infamous across the land, and it is unmatched in its capacity for both danger and hope alike. It is really the beating heart of Aird. Many run beneath its boughs to escape bloodthirsty monsters of Orndul's making, only to perish beneath the claws and teeth of beasts of the forest. It is indeed a place that is mastered by none. And that naturally makes it the perfect vacation destination for the cats out of the bag. The cats out of the bag star private investigators who have just wrapped up several months of very hard, very long work. They are headed now for the humble town of Briar, unaware that their vacation is about to take an unexpected turn. So as you all are you've entered into the Darkenfold Forest, and you see like the trees are thick roots that kind of like push up out of the soil as if they're going to try to like get up and walk away. It's dark underneath the boughs of the trees, but there is also a peace there. And there is like a pretty well-maintained road that goes through this part of the Darkenfold, leading to the town of Briar. And you're almost there. But as you all are kind of approaching the outskirts of the town, let's just go around and describe our characters. Orb, would you like to start?
My name is Orb, which is symbolic of my head, and that I have this orb crystal that I often hold and look at and see things. I'm a half-elf illusionist.
Beautiful. Drew, what about you?
Hi, my name is Drew. I'm a druid. A druid, see? Yes. I'm an elf. Druid elf. For those who are wondering. Yes, I have my silver hair and my icy blue eyes, and I like to brag that I'm nearly immortal because I'm 229 years old. So yeah, I can be patient because I've seen it all. But sometimes things like dwarves and other things are annoying to me, but I'm cool with gnomes, halflings, humans are fine.
Very cool. And then Bianca, what about you?
I'm so glad you're good with gnomes, because gnome is where it's at. I'm gnoming it here. I'm a gnome bard. My name is Bianca. I have my cat Beatrice, who is currently sleeping next to me. I'm only 4 feet tall, so often I'm like looking up, really craning my neck to see Drew, because I think she's so beautiful. And also you do look really good for your age, Drew. Obviously, like the work you've had is like really good. Yeah, I'm just ready to have fun and sing songs with my friends. I really want this vacation to work out because we've been overworking ourselves for the past 3 months.
Yeah, but it's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
And on that note, just a
Girl
real quick
trip.
Girls trip.
Girls trip. I
To
got the
dark
wine.
forest. It's gonna be like very spa-like, very zen with nature. That's what I'm expecting.
I mean, I like how quiet it is in this forest, and I do appreciate a good mood. Like the vibe is very peaceful, you know?
It doesn't quite match the pictures in Airbnb, but
Yes.
I think we
Rarely
can
do
make
they.
it work. I know we can make it work.
Yeah.
Incredible. Real quick aside, thank you so much, Lord Gazumba, for the raid. Y'all came in just in time. We're just now starting the session, so you're just in time to catch the beginning of the story. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Raiders.
Thank you, Raid.
Yeah.
The Lost Dark Forest.
You found your way. But yeah, so I guess as you're kind of walking through the forest and coming up towards the town of Greenbrier, is it you're kind of like discussing like the upcoming vacation, or is there anything that you wish to discuss with each other before you kind of land in the town?
I'm really sad that this goddess of nature was murdered. I feel like it's hard not to think about it, even though we're going on this vacation. I'm definitely trying to use it to. I really liked her. I thought she was really amazing.
She was really inspirational for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I like super duper love nature. That's like my thing. And definitely like with our last case, we were in the city and all of my spells were pretty dumb. So yeah, I just like RIP girl.
She was truly an icon.
How long has she been dead again? I couldn't remember. I can't remember exactly how long it's been.
It just feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
It's been about I don't have the timeline in front of me. We'll say like it's been about 100 years since Mordaius has been dead.
Oh, it's like nothing.
I don't know why when you describe it, I'm like, she died like yesterday. We're like, girls trip.
It's still, I
This
mean,
big deal chick was murdered.
Look, I was there, so it's still
Yeah, Drew was there.
It's
100
Tuesday.
years.
I'm still processing.
It's still fresh.
it is a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
fresh.
Too
You know?
soon.
I was not there. I've only heard about it, but I know how somber Drew has been the last. This is the anniversary of it, I believe, right?
Yeah, indeed. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
anniversary of Mordias's passing,
Yes.
of Mordias's
Mhm.
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you all
100 years in God time is very fresh. That's true.
It's true, yeah.
100 years in Arid is it's not a lot of time to recover. So yeah, as you're kind of walking through the woods, there is a little bit of like a comfort underneath these boughs, because where a lot of like the natural places of Arid, there's this kind of hollowness. There's like a piece missing. Somehow in the darkened fold, it feels like that piece is full again. Not with Mordias, not with what she was, not with like that gentle kind of loving like safety that the goddess of nature possessed, or presented through her special places in Arid, but something else. It's kind of something a little bit wild and exciting. But as you come up towards the town of Greenbrier, it's very obvious where you're probably going to be staying. There's only one tavern or place where you can rent out rooms, and that is the Longhouse Inn.
Is it the one that's the really long house? Is
exactly.
it
It literally
That's
looks
really-
like a long house.
that? Okay, it's not just a clever name. I get it. Okay.
Do they have hot springs / jacuzzis?
Yes,
Okay.
they do now.
Okay, great.
That's perfect for our girls' trip. Yeah.
Very perfect.
Yeah.
Good job, Drew. She booked this
What an
Airbnb.
awesome place. And as you having booked this ahead of time, you know that the tavern keeper, the proprietor of this establishment, is Angus. No last name needed. And he's kind of the place, he owns this place. But walking inside, you're greeted with kind of a cacophony of noise a little bit. There's kind of laughing, shouted conversations. There's lots of angry yelling over like bets and cards and things, all layered over with this really comforting wash of like golden firelight from torches on the walls and a big hearth that's on the back wall. Just to kind of paint the picture for you a little bit. The bar space is just this one big room that kind of stretches out in front of you. The bar itself is on the left wall, where a tall, sturdy kind of man with like dark brown hair, presumably Angus, is working, pouring drinks and stuff.
Handsome?
Yes,
pretty
is
handsome.
what's oh.
And,
Handsome, age,
like-
attached?
Like 50s. From here, you don't
Silver
see
fox?
a wedding
He's
ring.
a little
but
young for me, so I'm out. I'm out.
It's hard to see a ring. It's hard to know. But
Okay.
We can investigate that. We are private investigators,
This
you
whole thing
see.
becomes like us trying to get the date and get
I just have been single
It's a
for
girl
too
trip.
long.
silver fox for sure. Yes.
Yes.
a little bit of
yes.
a silver fox. He's in kind of like a messy dad sort of way. He does have kind
Aw.
of like a dad bod.
Now we're
Who doesn't these days?
Excuse me. There's also like a staircase that's on the back wall. And then there's a hearth next to the staircase where a large group of people is, drinking and gambling and yelling. And then all notably, as indicated by the noise, the place is packed. It's just full of people. This is kind of the only place to be in Greenbriar if you have spare time and want to socialize. So lots of people have like pulled up extra chairs and it's a little hard to get through. One oddity is that there is one man sitting at a table alone. The chairs around his table are untouched. Despite the apparent lack of chairs, like no one has taken the chairs around his table, and no one's sitting with him. But
Does he look
Wow.
grumpy?
what was that?
Does he
What?
look grumpy?
He looks, first roll of the campaign, go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
Remind me
Oh.
which one I'm supposed to roll again.
Yeah. So you roll a d20.
Okay, this one.
Yes.
Woo!
And then you'll add
Great.
your wisdom modifier, and then just let me know if it's prime or secondary for you.
Okay, 3. Wisdom is secondary, but at +1, so 4.
4 total.
Yeah, 3 plus my
Okay,
1.
perfect.
4. Yes, that's what that is.
Yeah.
When
So
you add 3 plus 1, you
3
4,
plus 1 is
everybody.
4. Welcome to stream. Now we're playing Castles and Crusades. Quick maths. So what you do see is that he is kind of sitting there with like his mug in his hands and kind of like has his head like this. It's a little bit tough to glean any sort of emotion off of him. But you could accurately say he doesn't look cheery.
Maybe he's having a rough day. Like maybe we should go say hi and check in. I mean, for one, my feet have been hurting from this long walk, and I would love to sit down. And if those are the only chairs available,
let's do it.
are we open to that?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so maybe we walk
He's
up
really
to
charming,
him.
though. Like, I don't want to just like plop down.
Yeah. Maybe we walk up to him and I'm just like, hey, we were wondering if we could join you here, if that would be all right. We're new to town, and I thought maybe we could sit down and have a bite, maybe a drink with someone local.
Is that what you do? You go up to him and
Yeah.
yeah. So he kind of like looks a little startled to see you there.
I'm very scary. It makes sense.
Well, he's so like deep in whatever like
Yeah.
thought he was having. He kind of like startled out of it. Oh, yes, absolutely. Please, take any seat you'd like. Most certainly.
Great.
He's about 6'3".
Whoa.
He kind of is a little bit of a silver fox, has like the wings across the temples. And just to paint you the picture of him really quick, his clothes are pretty well made. They're embellished with like these nice little bits of silver thread.
Wealthy silver fox. Wealthy fox.
Potentially. He does have like a fur mantle that's kind of draped over his shoulders, which is not uncommon for people who kind of live in this area. But the wear and tear of travel is apparent on him. Like his very well made clothes are quite crumpled in places. There's kind of dirt kind of smeared everywhere. He doesn't smell the best. But
So
yeah.
unhygienic, but he's wealthy and tall.
Well, maybe he's, he just got back from a raid or something.
So are all three of you
Maybe
saying
he
you
was
wanna
out
join him?
chopping wood in the backyard.
Maybe he's chopping wood. Yeah, so I want to sit down next to him, and I want to introduce myself and ask him his name. So I'll say, "Hello, sir. May I sit here? My name is Bianca, and this is my cat Beatrice. And what's your name?"
Absolutely, please. What a beautiful cat that is. Oh my goodness. My name
Isn't she lovely?
She's so lovely. Isn't she beautiful?
Isn't she lovely?
I was like, wait, are we allowed to like sing that? Like YouTube where you get like kicked off?
Oh yeah, introductions. My name is Bernard Dupoulet, at your service. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you, Bernard.
Hey, Bernard.
You as
Oh my
well.
gosh, I totally thought we were talking to Angus for a second. I was like, wait, okay, 2 silver foxes. Sorry. I can't keep the sexy older men straight. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wooga.
What is this, like a Looney Tunes?
It is
When
now.
the song rolls out.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right.
Oh, great.
Let's
Sorry.
be cool, ladies. Let's not
Yeah.
like Bernard.
Not Angus.
Yeah. So, and you two, what were your names as well?
I'm Drew, the druid.
Oh my. That's
I'm-
wonderful.
I'm Orb, the half-elf illusionist.
It's been some time since I've seen such a lovely group of people. There's so many, it's so rare to see a gnome or an elf of any kind in these parts. What brings you here to Greenbriar?
Why is
Girls trip.
Girls trip.
Yeah.
Girls trip. That's
We
it.
were
Thank you.
really looking forward to that hot tub in the back. And we
Yeah.
heard that the Longhouse has the best tubs in the city. So
You'd be right. It's the only hot springs in the Darkenfold canonically.
great.
why did you say it's not common for you to see gnomes and elves out here? How come?
They
Why is
just
that?
often don't come around these parts. It's mostly humans that populate these forests. Occasionally we'll see a dwarf wander through, but for the most part, we see a lot of the same people all over. It's been some time since I've seen non-humans. It's nice.
Oh, is
Feels
this
like the
like
beginning of a
is this
horror
a good
film.
spot for like human cuisine and things like that? Like
It
any
is indeed.
specials?
They have the stew is excellent. There's nothing more
Mm.
human than stew. It's very
Gotta love
good.
You're not saying STU, right? You're saying STEW. Correct. Okay.
Yes.
I love human stew.
It's human stew.
Oh,
It was great.
I love human cuisine. Don't get me wrong.
Yes. Okay.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yes.
But yeah, he kind of like kind of talking about it's been some time since, like that even barest little bit of like reminiscing, there's kind of a shadow that passes over his face. And he shakes his head and it's quickly gone. All three of you go ahead and make wisdom checks for me really quick.
Okay.
tell us when.
I have 18
And is it
I
prime or
have
secondary?
5.
and secondary. 18 secondary.
I have a 9 and it's secondary.
Perfect.
I have no idea what secondary means.
No, you're perfect. This is a perfect time to explain the siege engine to anyone who's unfamiliar. Secondary, so on your character sheet, you'll notice that next to your strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, on the left side there'll be like little bubbles that you can either fill in or not. If you have those bubbles filled in,
I see them.
then that means if it's filled in, then it means it's prime, and if it's not filled in, it means it's secondary. So if an attribute is prime, it'll be easier for you to accomplish it because the number that you need to roll is lower. And then if it's secondary, you need to roll a higher number to succeed at your check.
Okay.
So
Got it.
basically, just let me know if that bubble is filled in or not. Looking
Filled
at...
in.
Hey, perfect.
Nice.
I just filled it in. It's actually, I don't know.
Oh, it looks like we don't have yours. So, as a druid, you have automatically
I have wisdom.
wisdom as
No?
a prime.
Oh,
I think it is wisdom.
okay.
Let me
Okay.
just double check, and then you get to pick one other one. Yeah, wisdom. So
Okay. I'm
we'll do
gonna
it live.
That and
We'll do it live.
yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I just feel like wisdom, and then maybe let's do intelligence because I've read a lot of books because I have a lot of time.
Incredible.
Mm.
Awesome. Okay. So, and then did you roll your d20?
Yes, and it was a 5.
Beautiful. And is that with or without your modifier?
My modifier is 2, so it's 7.
Perfect. Okay. So Drew and Orb, this kind of escapes you two. But Bianca, as you're kind of sitting around with Bernard, you're kind of noticing like people are kind of like side-eyeing you guys now that you've sat down with him. And indeed, you notice that like there's a kind of, you can see, you know, when people nearby are like talking about you or someone that you're with and like trying not to look like they're doing it. A lot of that is happening. It looks like the tavern is keenly aware of Bernard's presence here, and it looks like people not sitting with him is something of, it's not an accident, we'll say that. But yeah, he kind of like sits with his ale a little bit, unsure of what to say to the three of you next. It seems like he's a little bit like awkward or scattered.
Well, Bernard, we would love to get a drink. Do we order at the bar? A, is there a waitress? B, and then, you know, would love to hear more about where you are coming from. Are you new back into town? Or have you been living here for a while? I just thought maybe we could learn more
yes.
about your situation.
Of course. In fact, if you're here to drink, please let me cover it. It's I would love to just.
Bernie.
There's a little like quirk of his mouth that tugs upwards, looking like he's trying not to smile.
That would be lovely, Bern.
And he flags down a waitress and asks for 3 ales, kind of what he's drinking, for the 3 of you as well. In truth,
Wait.
Yeah.
Sorry. The drinks just arrived?
He's just ordered them.
Okay. Did
Oh.
he go to the bar to get it?
No, he just flagged down a waitress.
Okay. Ladies, I say this quietly. Let's just make sure we don't get like roofied, aka or something. I'm being serious. Others, even in this make-believe world, I still have my woman's
No,
influence.
you're right.
Just make sure nothing is slipped into the drinks. Okay.
Okay. Beatrice, my cat, remember? She'll have her little eyes on all of our cups. And if something ends up in it, she'll meow pretty aggressively.
She is really smart, this cat.
She is.
I know. I'm grateful for Beatrice.
Beatrice received extensive training during your time in the private investigation firm,
Yes.
being able to like sniff out, poisons and things that were slipped into your drinks, stuff like that, just in
Cats
case.
have like unbelievable senses.
Yeah.
The cat version of like a drug dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Drug sniffing cat. That's like the top of her resume.
He kind of like looks around and is like, well, in truth, I've just come from the dogwood.
What's that?
I see.
Yeah.
It's a region a little bit south of here. There was once a small series of villages there called the Prospector's Strip. And it consisted of the Von Brecht estate, Kashem, and Roslo, which are 2 villages, and they were prospecting and mining villages. But the wealth kind of dried up there, and the dangers in the dogwood have been getting worse and worse, really every year, and the entire area has kind of been more or less abandoned. I was the intendant. There's a shadow of like sorrow across his face as he says the word was. I was the intendant for the Von Brecht estate, like a general administrator, but really I'm a little more than a groundskeeper these days because my master and his family are, they're the only ones there. And I suppose they remained just because they wanted to keep my master's grandmother's legacy alive or something like that. But they wanted for very little, and they paid me well, and I have no family to speak of, so
Wait, sorry, I have a question. So the person for the family for this is the big Muckamuck family that you mentioned earlier that was supposed to, like, when you were talking about the murder thing. Was this like
so
I'm
the
trying to
murder
like
was
politely
between
say to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mordias, the goddess of nature, was murdered. The one who murdered her was Orndul, who is also called the Red God. Yeah, not the Von Brecks.
Red God bad, not the person they're talking about. Okay.
Not gods.
Not gods, unfortunately. But you 3 are adventurer types, are you not?
Yes.
Yes.
One might say that.
Well, the truth is something very terrible has happened at the estate. I barely escaped with my life. We were all just about to sit down to have dinner, and the place was raided out of nowhere by Orndul cultists, worshippers of the Red God. And we have no guards or sentries to speak of. There are no threats, that come up to the estate. It's a very secure location, so we had no security. So they came in, and I became separated from my master and his family, and I don't know what became of them.
So, did you just run for your life back to here to Greenbriar?
I tore through the woods. It's a wonder that I even survived to do it. So little. I mean, really, there's no traffic that goes in and out of the dogwood. There once was a road that went through the Prospector's Strip, but that's long since overgrown. The trees in the Darkenfold in general grow very, very fast. So I followed the little footpath that's left and barely made it here alive.
And you're the only one. You're the only one you know of that survived?
Yes. The only people that were living in the house were my master Dietrich, his wife Elena, and their son Peter. And I hate that I fled, but it just felt like there was I don't know how to fight, I didn't know what to do. So I just ran and hoped they would meet me here.
and Peter are missing?
I don't know if they're still in the house. I don't know if they've been killed. I hate to think of those cultists laying up pretty in the estate It's a historic building. It was built by Dietrich's grandmother, who was a adventuring hero. They called her Red Cape the Brave for many, many years. And she really funded that whole town. She discovered jewels in a mountain that the estate is built into in the heart of the dogwood, and put out a call for adventurers to come and make their fortunes there. Dietrich was always so proud of it.
So, do you have an pardon me, do you have an idea of do you have specific help that you would like from us? Do you want us to go see if they're still in the house?
If you'd be
Have a
willing.
request?
So few would dare go into the dogwood. I would so appreciate. I don't know if I'd be able to hire anybody else. I've tried asking around and no one will go. So if you three would be willing, I can certainly pay. I don't have much, but there is a nest egg that I've kind of been sitting on that's in my chambers, but it's back at the estate. You'd have to go get it, but it's yours.
So if we make it there alive, we get buku bucks.
Everything in my chambers. It's yours. And at that, he actually slides a key across the table. This key will unlock it. Everything in my room.
I think this could be something we could do. You know, I'm curious before we go traipsing off towards the dogwood, if there was just be anybody here in this bar that we should ask, you know, if they've heard anything about the cultists, or if they
Maybe talk to people in the spa. Can I just say like one dip in the jacuzzi?
yeah, maybe we can like go and prep for our our vacay.
Mindset, kind of like rally, talk about game plan.
But yeah, I definitely would like to chat with a couple people, especially if you have anyone, Bernardo, that you think we should approach.
Well, it's kind of my first time in Greenbriar. I was born and raised in Kishem myself and never left the dogwood, so I don't really have any connections here in town, but certainly the tavern keeper would be a proprietor of all kinds of gossip and know all sorts of things about people that would either know more about the threats of the dogwood or anything that you might find within. And aside from that, everyone has opinions on the dogwood, as you can kind of see. He kind of looks around at the people at the table directly behind yours have been kind of like staring at this conversation, and they quickly go back to their drinks as soon as he looks at them.
Do people think they're just afraid? They just don't want anything to do with anybody who's come from there?
Make a charisma check as you ask him this.
D20, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then let me know if it's prime, and then don't forget to add your modifier.
I only got 6. What you said, charisma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Charisma, it's not prime, but there's a modifier, so I got 7.
Okay.
Is that enough to squeak by?
Yeah. So he does talk to you a little bit. He kind of like thinks about it. Looks like he's gonna say something, and then pivots. And people have superstitions about the dogwood, the threats that have been growing there. There's a rumor that it's cursed.
We love that. We loved cursed. That is our
Really?
specialty.
Yeah, I don't know if we love it, but it's
I mean, like, but like that's our specialty. Like, we dealt with some like really weird like cursed tea last week, and it was
We survived.
All right.
So
found some tea that was poison.
Yeah, you know, I think I am interested if we have our ale now, I assume.
Yeah. It's been brought
and
to
then
you.
I have this little tiny mug that I have poured some ale into that I've given to
Little
Beatrice.
Cats have ale?
drink.
you can have.
They bring
Yes,
you a
my
special cat ale.
Okay, I'm just checking you're not giving
My
your
ca-
cat some-
My cat's stomach is amazing. So she's gonna lap that up, and I was thinking, why don't we walk over to Angus and check in with him. We also probably need a place to sleep tonight because I don't think we should leave right now. We should probably leave first thing in the morning. How do y'all feel?
Yes, I'm down. We're just being responsible women.
Yeah.
I say jacuzzi, talk
Coos.
to people, jacuzzi, early night, good night's rest.
And orb, I know your 17-step nighttime routine. We gotta start soon. We gotta start soon.
I gotta rebuzz the orb. I gotta do my eye cream.
We're doing a salt scrub, mud
Ah,
bath.
mud bath. See, there's a
mask.
reason why, yes. But let's go. So thank you, Bernie, for giving us this. I think that we're down to do it. Maybe we'll go get some info. And are you staying here tonight as well if we need to check in with you before?
Yes, I'll be staying here for, I think, the foreseeable future until I can find any information. I can't leave. This is the only place that my master would come to if they indeed escaped the estate.
Hmm.
So I've rented the private room upstairs.
Okay, great. And then this key that you've slid across the table, we're gonna just take that little baby.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You can add Bernard's bedroom key to your inventory.
Yes.
Key.
That sounds really salacious, but
It felt like a little
we
He
slimy
wants to
coming out of
get
my mouth.
jiggy with the gnome bard. That's what I think.
Do we like
Getting jiggy with it.
Oh,
I just like want to see what this treasure is Bernard speaks of in his room, because what if like his treasure is like his Pokemon collection?
but
Like, I
his
don't
treasure's at the place at the estate. It's not at
know.
this room.
No, I thought he had it. Okay, misunderstood. I thought he had like in his room.
Well, you do make a good point. Is there some kind of deposit or something, or it's like insurance he could give us?
Yeah, just to be good.
Yeah, like his license, but like in medieval times. Hold on.
Or I don't know, money, some money to start.
Also money. You know,
We
we have
anything, but I bet
expensive.
you he has something. He has something.
He, I assume you, he
Yeah.
kind of like pats himself. So I didn't bring, I kind of fled with just kind of everything that I had on me. I do have this, and he pulls out like a very ornate, not very sharp, but very beautiful, like dagger. It doesn't look like you could conceivably really use it as a weapon. It's kind of more like a letter opener, like bread knife kind of knife.
Oh, okay.
Almost like it's meant to be more like symbolic, but
Small weapon
it
for
is
killing small things.
very small things with very fragile skin.
Okay.
And it
Like
has,
a tomato.
rubies, emeralds, like sapphires. It has like just a lot of gems
Ooh.
encrusted on the hilt. And he kind of passes that over. I think that's the only really valuable thing that I managed to have on
I
me.
have a question, Bernardo. Is there any magical power to this, or is it mainly more just like a family heir? I'm not trying to say like just like dismiss it, like a family heirloom. I'm just trying to.
Really, it's just a family heirloom, unfortunately. I do have a magical item in my room. I never really quite figured out what it did. It was left to me by my mother. Of course, it's yours if you get there. But it's an amulet, and you're welcome to it
In your room at the estate or the room here?
at the estate.
At the
Is it
estate.
something
Okay.
we could use on our adventure, or do we have to get it only if we fulfill the mission?
Whenever you find it in the estate, you're welcome to keep it and use it.
Oh, got it. It's not back in your room. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't hold out magic stuff in the room. Go get it,
Empty out your
Bernardo.
pockets.
Well, okay. So, thank you, Bernie.
No,
If
thank
you
for
need
the help.
us, we're gonna go check in and find a room. And then if you think of anything else that might be of import for us, or my cat, let us know. And then why don't we go chat with Angus a bit, ladies? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, can I want to see if there's any, I want to see if I can spot any hidden doors, because I have that ability, that race ability.
Sure, yeah. Do you have to make a check for that? Or is it just like
Good question. I don't know.
let's see, let me
Oh,
pull up the
wise one.
illusionist.
No.
Is it a spell? Orb?
It's a race ability.
Oh, for a half elf?
Yeah. I think also Drew has it too.
I do.
Yes.
I want to see if there's any hidden doors in this tavern.
Okay, so if it has like a stat next to the name of the ability, then it'll be that check. So just make a wisdom check for me.
Okay. Oh no. I got 1 + 1, which is 2, which is not bad.
It's quick maths.
But maybe Drew could roll and see if she sees any hidden doors.
Of course, I would love to roll. Let me do a little roly poo.
For your part, Orb, you're not sure.
Okay.
I got 20.
Ooh, is that a natural 20? Ooh, oh my gosh. Man, okay. So
Whoa.
So you're very sure that there are no hidden doors inside of the longhouse. However, as you were walking inside, you did see like a cellar that was kind of hidden by a bush outside of the longhouse.
I feel like that's important.
Let's remember that one, y'all.
What if, I mean, I don't know if we should divide up. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Cat's out of the bag. Should one of us talk to Angus and one of us go check out that thing and then someone else question someone else? Or is that like a bad, what do you think? Definitely we should go to the cellar hidden door. And I definitely think we should also talk to Angus.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm fine with splitting up if you want.
I am too. Because I'm going to move so fast and so stealthy.
Yeah.
I think you should go to the door, Drew, and you talk to Angus.
I can talk to Angus.
What can I do?
Well, why don't you go talk to some of the people around the bar? Maybe the waitress, or you could like talk to like the people that have been observing us.
Waitress. They're always watching things.
And then we'll reconvene back here with Bernie. And I don't know, 2 hours. I don't know what the timeline would be.
Whenever
I
we're
mean,
done.
30 minutes. I don't think
30 minutes. Well, time is different here.
Everybody set your medieval Fitbits and let's check in 30 minutes. Meet at the front of the park by the big Mickey.
Okay, Orb.
Take this giant like sand timer and just turn it over.
Thunk.
That's all I have. I don't know what a Fitbit is.
Great.
Perfect. Okay, so Bianca's going to talk to Angus.
Yeah.
Orb is going to talk to waitresses and guests and such, and Drew is going down to the door side. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do Bianca first, and then we'll do Orb, and then we'll do Drew.
So I scoop up Beatrice and I walk over to Angus and I say, "Pardon me."
Beatrice?
Huh?
How big is Beatrice? You were doing this. Like she was the fattest cat in the world.
Well, because she's a gnome.
She's little.
Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to diss your
Are you fat shaming my cat? Okay, so I walk up, I pick up Beatrice, and she's a lovely, adorable baby. And I walk up to Angus and I say, "Hello, Angus. Me and my girlfriends would love to rent some lodging, or maybe we've already rented it. Do you have a reservation under Drew the Druid
we do
for
indeed.
3?
Yes.
Great.
I see you 3 here.
And you see the cat bed edition that we needed?
Exactly. Those will all be ready for
the
you.
cat roll away.
Yeah, the cat roll away. Okay, great. Awesome. And I would just love to hear if you knew anything about like it's just things I ask people when I first meet them. Have you heard anything about like Dogwood, that area?
I see you've spoken to the stranger.
I'm a yes.
We can all smell it on him. Yes. I know a bit about the dogwood. Yeah. Whatever
guess
he's
he's-
asked you to do, I would suggest you don't do it.
Oh, why is that?
The dogwood it's cursed.
Mm.
It's terribly cursed. You do notice standing here, he has he's wearing pretty like simple clothing, but he does have like a medallion on his chest, which has a symbol of the great tree, which is a
Mordias, who does not like the Orndul cultists, I
Indeed.
believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Angus, I don't love curses personally, and it can be really scary, but we really want to advocate for those that have been harmed. And we heard that that estate through Dogwood was raided by some cultists.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So do you have any thoughts, like anything that could help, like if we needed to ever encounter some cultists who maybe were a little aggressive?
Well, if you do encounter them, I would say anything that could strengthen the mind, anything that can strengthen your mental fortitude, that will be of great benefit to you on your journey. In particular, when confronting the cultists, but also just in the dogwood in general. People have been known to lose their minds there. It's not a place that anyone should go into lightly. People that come out, they have a stink on them. There's always some little oddity, some kind of hair-raising feeling on them that just in their presence you can just feel. I've seen a handful of people flee the dogwood from the villages that lie within over the past 7 years or so. And now I only know of one person that goes in and out. She's crazy. But
What's her name?
her name is Katrin Earhart. I've actually been thinking about banning her from the establishment because she tends to make people a little uncomfortable. Not from anything that she does, but just the stink of the dogwood. It kind of sets people off. It's bad for business.
Yeah. Does she live around here?
She did pass through here. She doesn't live around here, no. She lives in a town a few days south called Willowbreak, but she did come through here recently. In fact, she's in the dogwood right now. So if that's where you're headed, maybe keep an eye out for her. She's got red hair and a scar across her face.
Ooh, always good. Always a good sign.
Thank you, Angus, for that. And then I know my party is chatting with some other people, and maybe I'll be looking for some other people to chat with. Is there someone specific I should head towards? You think, like maybe someone at the bar there? I could buy a drink and maybe get some other intel from?
Most people, honestly, they make it their business in Briar not to know much about the dogwood. All anyone can tell you really is that it's full of monsters and things that'll drive you out of your mind. The last person that came through here who knew anything aside from Katrin was this crazy guy. He ran from Roslo, one of the villages. That was 7 years ago. Haven't seen anyone leave since.
Wow.
He was saying, what was he saying? Can you go ahead and roll a d6 for me to see what he was saying? I thought it'd be fun to roll for rumors.
I rolled a 3.
Ooh, beautiful. He was talking crazy about how everyone in the town spontaneously just started fighting each other out of nowhere. And from there, half the town fled into the woods to escape the fight and presumably to their doom. And the other half fought each other to the death, and maybe some escaped, but not many. Again, we make it our business not to know too much, not to talk about it too much. We don't want to summon those evils here.
Well, Well, thank you, Angus. Your ale is tasty, your information is sweet, and I am hopeful that your bed, not your personal bed, the general bed, never mind, that your bed of your establishment will be comfy as well. I'm gonna go finish my drink. Thank you.
Enjoy. You're a lovely bunch. I hope that we see you again. If you come back here after leaving the dogwood, do take a long shower.
Oh, I will probably get in your spa for many hours after that. Thank you.
All right, so with that, we'll move on to Orb, and then to Drew. So Orb, who are you kind of approaching and talking to?
So tell me if this is allowed or not. I realized I was reading a slightly outdated character sheet. I now have the right one. I forgot about my falcon with a cap.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Storm. Can I still have?
Oh my God, of course. Absolutely. Of course, of course, of course. I'm never going to say no to a little guy.
A little guy, he's got a little cap on his head. I'm going to talk to the waitress, but I'd like to send him up into the rafters and see if he just sees anything. He's really good at finding like shiny things and stuff like that. So I want him to bring to me or come point out to me something, anything that stands out, like sparkly jewels or anything that's like, so
Okay.
what do I do? Do I roll?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll. What kind of check do you think this should be for Storm?
I think it should be probably a charisma.
Yeah,
My charm of thy bird.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
well,
looking like he's using his knowledge of like humanity and people to go for it. Make a
How
charisma
well
check
is
for
he
Storm.
trained? Okay. Ooh, I got a 19 and it's
Ooh.
+1, which is 20.
That's what we
It's
call
not
a
deep
dirty
one,
20.
but it's close.
Oh, we love a dirty 20 in this house.
Oh yeah, that's
So
a
he
dirty 20.
a dirty 20 in it. So he does kind of like caw and like point your attention towards the hearth. There's not a lot of like shiny stuff in the Longhouse Inn. A lot of people here don't have much in the way of shiny things. But there is a very large amount of gold and silver and copper on the table, over which several people are kind of gambling and betting. And it looks like they're kind of raucous and a little bit half drunk, and they're kind of like throwing their arms over each other one minute and like punching each other the next. They look like the very well like boozed kind of people that will have loose lips about whatever you'd like to ask them.
Ooh. Let me see if I can get dealt in on this whatever game it is.
Sure. Yeah. So you walk up. As you approach, it looks like a lot of people have been kind of coming and going from the circle, and they kind of instinctively like move for you and make you a space. And yeah,
Cool.
I guess.
I'm gonna pretend I'm so drunk. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, welcome in. New
What's been going on? Anybody see anything weird around here coming from that dogwood?
well, like a weirdo over that way. That's a weirdo.
What, the Bernardo or someone else?
Yeah, that guy back there. He's a weirdo. There's just something about him that I don't like.
We're talking about Bernardo, right? Bernardo.
I didn't get his name. I didn't say a word to that freaking
Put my
pompous
arm over your shoulder. Can you point him out to me? Point
Yeah.
him out.
He goes and he points to Bernard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we playing here?
We're playing dice. You wanna get rolled in?
How much do I need to put in?
However much danger you're feeling like putting yourself in. Just as much as you want to roll it for.
I want to see if my storm can pickpocket somebody that's drunk at the table, and I want to use that money to go.
Incredible. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for Storm.
Okay, come on, Storm.
Big money.
Storm, you fail me.
Oh, buddy.
I got a 1 + 1 is 2.
Oh my god, that's your second
Oh,
nat
no.
one of the night.
Oh no.
You got some coins.
He goes
No, I know.
up.
I just didn't want to use my own.
He goes up to like. He kind of looks like he's got like the cut off kind of like. It's like a peasant shirt, but it's like cut off the sleeves. Big fucking muscles underneath it. Bald head. 6'4", like just a rock of a guy. And Storm has like his beak around one gold piece and is pulling it halfway out of his pocket when the guy just like looks down, picks up Storm like by the neck, not enough to like hurt him, but
Oh my god.
he
Okay.
like, and he stands up and the bar kind of goes silent. Whose fucking bird is this? There's just murder in his eyes as he's like scanning.
Sir, it's my bird. I just got him. He is not well trained. I'm rehabilitating him from being a thief bird because I got it from some thieves. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, did he try to steal from you? I'm so sorry.
Two things happen. He drops the so for anyone who doesn't know, when you roll a natural one, it's a little bit worse than just a little bit worse than a failure. There's always a little bit of an extra consequence. So I'm so sorry. He drops Storm. And then he's gonna roll to punch you. I'm so sorry. That is gonna be.
But I am a mystical lady.
Can I come over and try to help her?
You
Can
can.
I die?
But first thing that happened, I'm so sorry, Orb, he is gonna hit you.
Oh no!
So
Where is he gonna hit me?
you take 1d4. You only take 1 point of damage. It's like a little baby hit just off the chin.
God, like a slap?
And just like crack across the jaw. And there's like a beat of silence as everyone is just kind of like standing there. The guy behind that guy stands up with a chair, breaks it over his back.
God,
A
the
full-on bar
consequences
fight breaks
What I've
out.
done.
Oh. Orb, I run over and I ask, "Are you okay? Come on, let's get up to our room."
Before we,
Okay.
we'll pause there. We'll go to Drew, and then we'll come
Okay.
back. So,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
meanwhile, outside.
Drew has no idea what shenanigans y'all got into. I am on task,
Yeah, straight as an arrow.
quickly moving straight to the bush with the cellar behind.
Yeah. So you get there. There is like a small lock that's kind of over the cellar doors, kind of holding them shut.
Takes the pin out of my hair.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity check to try to pick the lock.
All right.
And thank you so much, our anonymous friend, for gifting those subs. That's a huge, huge help for all of us here
Thank
at the channel.
you.
We really appreciate it.
19, baby.
Ooh, wow, we love
Oof,
those big
yeah.
numbers.
Oh my God, your
That's a
rolls are like,
modifier
let's go to
of
Vegas.
2.
Let's go to Vegas.
Incredible. Is that with or without your modifier?
That's without. So with the modifier, I've 21.
Beautiful. And then is that prime or secondary for you?
Secondary.
Okay. Perfect. I mean, a 19 is actually what you needed. You're kind of doing it, and sure enough, and you open the lock, no problem. It's kind of a chain that like kind of rattles as you like pull it out from the metal doors. And then you're free to descend into this like cellar space.
Okay. Let me see what I got going on in my backpack. It's not like a backpack, y'all.
Backpack
It's
on
like
your back.
it's like a crossover thing because that's cuter and like a leather flap over it. I before we started this journey, I like filled it with some goodies, because I'm a nature girl and I'm always prepared, been around.
Hashtag always prepared.
So it is quite dark, and I have not one but two torches. So I'm gonna pull out my torch and light it because this cellar is dark.
Yeah, the cellar erupts into light with that. You'll have no problem seeing anything. A cursory glance around shows you lots of like salted meats. There's a few barrels of like ale and stuff. There's some grains and pouches and bags. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for down here?
Well, first I'm gonna get a snack because we came here to go on vacation, and then all this happened. So I have a snack because I just had some ale. I'm really hungry. So I take a pause. I'm chewing on it. I'm looking around, trying to remember what exactly it was I was supposed to be looking for. I can't quite remember.
I don't know if you came looking for anything. Kind of
I was curious because I did the like secret door check and then I got that information. So
yeah.
I just want to see like what's going on? Because I got a vibe.
Yeah. Go ahead and make if you're looking around for like hidden or interesting stuff down here, what kind of check would you want to make for that? What feels appropriate to you?
Feel like maybe like a wisdom check then.
Yeah, kind of relying on your intuition to like this is
Okay.
clearly like a pantry, like cellar, food storage space. What looks out of place. So go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Check. Y'all, this is crazy. I just got a nat 20.
Let's go.
Yes.
I feel like last time I was rolling so low. I was getting like
I roll a
4s and
one and I get
2s.
the shit slapped out of me.
Incredible.
Yes.
So the first thing that you
We're
find
vibing.
is a pouch with 20 gold inside of it. And then I'm kind of like thinking up stuff to like put in there. And then you find, let's say, there is like a journal that's down there. It's kind of like leather wrapped. What was that?
Don't forget. Oh, sorry. I can read arcane text. Don't forget. Get the journal.
I also can read
Okay,
everything.
whatever.
Thank you.
Who knows? You have the exact same spell as me.
I can also decipher script, just an FYI. So I think
magical.
I think we've got it covered. I think we've got it covered.
What good am I?
Rolling a 1 is.
Do you open it here or do you wait to like peek inside?
Oh, I waste no time. I open it right away and thumb through it very quickly, scanning it.
So there is it looks like it's just written in common, in the language that you all speak. And it notably so you were the one who kind of exchanged letters with Angus when you were working out to come here to Greenbriar. This is not his handwriting. And furthermore, this journal is like kind of dusty and looks like it's kind of was maybe collected, held in like a lost and found or something, and then like dumped here just for safekeeping. But the handwriting kind of gets more and more like frenzied as the entries get more recent. They stop about 7 years ago, pretty much on the day. And they start with this writer detailing strange kind of happenings in his town of Roslow. Strange domestic animals kind of stalking people, like bulls and cows and dogs, like kind of slowly like stalking villagers, not harming them, but just being creepy. And then
Creepers.
Details of strange dreams. Birds, yeah, exactly. People being consumed by these thoughts that like the spirits of the dead are coming for them. Seeing like rivers of blood in their dreams. And then in a shaky hand, the final entry details, I've come here to Greenbriar everyone back home just went crazy. They all started fighting each other. They were killing each other. These people that have known each other their whole lives, like an incredulous kind of hand by this clearly traumatized person. And the entry kind of stops abruptly. And that's all that's in there. It looks like the journal of a person who lived in Roslo.
Close the book. Jam it in my bag. Gotta tell my friends this. Take my torch. Take extra piece of salami. Run up the stairs.
Some salami.
Salami
I'm
is a top
starving
tier
from
snack.
And then I run. I'm so distracted. I don't even think to put out the torch. I just bust back into the bar to see all
A bar
this
fight
calamity.
unfolds in front of you. Bianca is rushing across the bar towards Orb.
Oh yeah,
who
I
has
forgot
just
about
been
what was happening.
punched.
I'm using my body as a shield
I think we should
on
get
top of Orb.
out of there.
My 4-foot body is covering part of Orb's body. The important bits.
People are like, hitting
Can I
stuff.
send up?
Yeah.
I want to send up Storm so he can like, do some
Come on,
stuff
people.
for people, do some damage, peck people,
What?
steal things.
Here, Orb, what if we just go to our room since we already started this fight?
This is kind of fun, and I sense the resentment
the
in your
audience would
voice,
like to see
Rachel.
us
Like I mean
fight.
Bianca, that I started the fight. I didn't mean to roll a natural one.
Okay. Then I will pick up a chair and use
do
my
y'all
4-foot.
say?
Sorry.
What do y'all say? We just roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
great.
Just roll initiative. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is that what number dice is that again?
Yes,
A
you'll
kitty
roll a
stool.
d20.
It is a d20. Okay.
You should carry a kitty stool with you at all times, Bianca.
For those of you who are just joining us while we're rolling initiative here, we're entering our first combat of the campaign. These are our heroes. This is our adventuring party. And they have come to the quiet, sleepy town of Briar in the Darkenfold Forest for vacation, only to be swiftly hired by a troubled man named Bernard du Boulay, who has fled an attack on his on the estate that he kind of manages for his master and his master's family, which lies in a very dangerous region of the forest called the Dogwood. So he has just hired them to go to the Dogwood, travel through it, find the estate, and figure out what happened and what became of his master. Now that you're all caught up, initiatives, do we have anything?
Wait, did you tell him that I was slapped?
Okay, so Carly's Orb's
That's really
bird.
important.
Orb's
Oh.
bird tried to steal money, and that started a fight.
Also,
And
wait
the
a minute.
bird wasn't discreet. Natural.
I'm a
discreet.
dummy. We roll a D10 for initiative.
D10.
This is in
Okay.
Crusades, not D20. I'm so sorry. That's my bad.
Hold on. Let me make sure this is the right one.
I rolled an 8.
Beautiful.
No, this is 11.
I rolled a 6.
Beautiful.
What's this? Is this a 10? It's the one, it doesn't have 10 on it, but has a 0, right?
Oh, then that's a 10. Yeah. If it's a 0, then it's a 10. Incredible. Okay, so Orb, the initiator of this fight, you are up
I'm
first.
so sorry, but also
No, this is
fun.
perfect. I love this.
This
is
dang
first session
bird
shenanigans.
always getting into me. This bird, I don't know if you guys have been watching this bird on TikTok. He's like this crazy cockatoo, and they give him like a little stick, and he goes like. That's kind of like how this bird is sometimes. He's the best.
I love
okay.
already.
I rolled a 3.
To do what?
Oh, your initiative roll?
He just told me to roll.
Oh,
I
that
think
was
she
for
rolled a
initiative.
3 for her initiative roll.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 0 for. Oh. Okay. My bad. Okay, gotcha. Up to speed. In that case, Bianca, it is your go.
Okay.
Sorry.
So first thing I yell is, all I wanted was a spa day.
I'm on vacation.
I'm on vacation. And then I look around and I see a small stool, just the right size for my 4-foot frame, to pick up and then I look at seeing who's trying to maybe attack either my cat or two of the members of my party, and then I hurl my tiny stool at that
Oh my God.
person.
This like
He's
big
doubling
guy
down on this fight.
who just
Hey, you
hit
said to
Orb.
fight. We're down. I'm sorry, Grace. What'd you say?
No, you're perfect. This big guy who just hit Orb is kind of like walking up as if to get another hit. So yeah, you hurl the stool at him.
Thank you, Bianca.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
That's a D20.
A d20, and then add your dexterity modifier.
I rolled a 19,
Oh
and
my
I have
God.
+2 because it's
Let's
my
go.
prime.
He is like striding up. Go ahead and roll a d6 for damage, as you do, but he's kind of like walking up. Just
And I
getting
rolled
ready.
a 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you did.
beautiful. The stool just like catches him. It splinters across his face, and he goes down. He falls like a tree.
Yeah. Who
Just-
says gnomes don't have strength?
Oh yeah.
So after he falls, I get up on top of his body and I go, "Who wants a piece of this?"
You know, just for kicks, go ahead and make a charisma check.
That's a D20, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep asking. Okay.
No, it's perfect.
We're gonna keep asking probably this whole
That's
campaign.
fine. Yeah,
Oh!
that's totally all good. A natural one.
This was my prime, and I had +2.
Yeah, technically. So you do that. Who wants a piece of that? And several people do. Their heads kind of swivel.
Oh
towards you.
no.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the chat and people are giving us fighting advice.
This is why we do
Let me
this
see.
live. So y'all can guide us through a bar
How is
fight.
the illusion? Finish him.
Uh,
Oh my God. You guys want to start this off.
they want a
like-
bloodbath. You know,
You
I mean, I
want-
tried. I did knock
I
this
mean, I'm
large
just like,
person
still
down.
standing here with like this, like chewing on my salami with my torch, just like, what's going on?
Oh, here's the question.
Mhm.
I feel like even though there's chaos, I do want to confer with my. So,
Yeah.
what is the intention of us? Like, is it just to like create a diversion and get away? Are we gonna try to steal some shit? Are we still gonna try to talk to people? Like, so I can know.
We could definitely loot the bodies. We could also
Wait,
one
what
is
body?
dead.
Who
I'll say
died?
the guy that I just hit the stool.
He died.
Well, he's knocked out to the point
Oh
where I
my
could.
God.
There
Well,
is
there's
a
no-
pile of gold on the table that no one has.
There's
Yeah,
that.
Now no one's looking at it.
Also, I'm a little peckish and would love some cheese and crackers. And I think if
Yeah,
we
where's
create this
our salami,
diversion,
Drew?
Hey, look, I have some stuff for you guys I found in the basement. Here, have a snack. I am gonna there's this thing over here and I'm gonna set fire to it and be like, oh my God, fire! And then we skedaddle and go do what we need to actually do.
And
we ought to
also-
go to our room.
My bird's gonna get some of those coins because nobody's paying attention to him.
Beatrice is also going to get coins if that's an option.
For
Yes.
sure.
My-
Do I need to roll something to
Orb
create
and
this
Beatrice.
version?
What was that?
Do we need to roll at all for any of this? The hijinks we're trying to do.
No.
Or do you just
Like,
go?
no, but
No.
I bless you.
lost the plot.
Easily enough, like, because everyone's fighting. No one's really looking at the cat and the bird as they kind of hop into the pile. They can't
All the
carry
bird's
much,
fault.
but but is it? He's just a good boy.
Hey,
he was just
I
doing what he
want
wants
to
do.
not take responsibility. I'm gonna blame my pet. Okay.
It's just the pet's fault. So he's just a good
Orb.
boy. He didn't know better.
I mean, I hate to
Oh.
love them. You know, it's like when your animals they do annoying things, they let you down, but you just can't stay mad at them.
He heard me talking about good
Oh,
boys.
Oh.
He heard me say good boy and came over to see us. He's
little
like, I
blue
heard there's
boy.
good boys over here.
He's the goodest boy of all.
Is this goodest boy in this world?
He can be.
Oh.
He certainly can be. What's going on? Oh yeah, okay. So they can probably carry 2 gold each.
Great.
So you get 2 gold each from your pet's shenanigans.
Yay.
I don't know why I'm so greedy.
What did you say,
don't have
Carly?
Too much
I don't know
gold.
why I'm so greedy. Can I also, me or grab some of this gold as we're, bouncing?
On your turn. Yes, definitely.
You're fine.
So it's now the bar's turn. Man, I wonder if chat has any like crazy things that could happen in the bar as this bar fight
Someone
is
said,
unfolding.
rip off the legs of the stool and light them on fire and have all these.
Not a bad idea.
That's a great idea.
So when I was standing on the body and I rolled terribly, nothing happened, right? I just was like, everyone stared at me.
Yeah, a couple people turned to look, which actually on that note, it was a natural one that you rolled, right?
Yes.
Okay. You are going to have somebody swing at you.
Okay,
try
I
to
see.
hit you.
That's understandable.
Just the nearest person caught up in the frenzy. Ooh, okay, that is going to hit.
I don't do this thing.
Unfortunately. Not this time. What is that? That is going to be a 3. So you take 3 points of damage as like a very meaty kind of human-sized hand connects with your gnome face.
And do I change my HP when I take damage?
Yep.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Okay, so I'll take 3 points off. Carly, I'm not sure if you, because I know
Oh
we had.
yeah, I lost 1, so I should also make note of that.
Okay, great. So
He, aka Harry Potter,
Harry
goes
Potter.
down by 1.
Harry Potter and the health points.
health points. I'm down to 28, which isn't too bad.
Could be.
I also
Um,
think that me and Drew can do light healing, so we can fix you up, to my knowledge.
Okay.
So after I get hit, I don't get to do anything because I already did my turn, right? It's not like I'm done with trying to like hit back or anything.
Right.
Okay.
And we'll come back to it at the next round.
Right.
Okay, so a few things happen in the bar. The chat is going to be the bar. So Ray Tales, a drunken Otis decides to take the opportunity to steal a drink while everyone's attention is watching the fight. This NPC Otis, who's just been invented, he kind of like kicks his feet up and takes a drink as he's watching this fight unfold. I'm picturing him as like a stocky, kind of like gangly, redheaded man. Dirty Dwarf, a few people giggled. A few people kind of like in the frenzy, they're a little bit laughing at the violence around. Angus is going to use his action to attempt to restore order. He needs to only do that twice before order is restored to the bar. So we've got another round of combat at least.
Crazy.
And anything else? Angus is also weeping.
Aw.
And people feel bad. Let's actually see. He needs 2 successful rolls to try to restore order.
Go Angus.
Oh, a natural 20. Okay, that's 1 success.
Yes.
Wait, so my fire is not didn't work. That
We will get to that on your turn.
okay.
Let's see. So that is 1 success. Okay, Drew. What do you do? So
Yes.
I heard mention
So
of fire.
yeah, there's like all this fighting going on and like, stealing money, and I'm like, look, we just need to get to our room or get out of here. We just need to get out of the bar. So I have my torch and my salami, and over in the corner of the room, there is this like bucket that has just like newspaper scraps or whatever, the local announcement zine, whatever it is they have in this like bucket. And I'm like, okay. And so then I take my torch, lands right in the bucket. Bucket goes in flames, and like everyone's looking over like, ah.
I love it. I'm starting right now, as of right now, order versus disorder. So you're going to get a +5 to this check. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check. First of all, to see if the torch goes where you want it to go, into the bucket beside the hearth.
Hey.
And then we're going to roll for order versus disorder.
It's a D20.
A d20.
Okay. So dexterity. So I rolled an 11 plus a modifier of 2. So that's 13.
And is that a prime or secondary? Actually, that doesn't matter.
This is secondary.
So 13 total.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, it kind of like, so the torch kind of through the air, and it does land like sort of in that bucket of the newspaper. However, it like topples over on its side, and the fire quickly begins to spread.
Oh my gosh, things getting
We'll
crazy.
now go ahead and roll for disorders. So go ahead and roll a d20 and add 5 to the result.
Okay.
You need a 15 or higher.
Okay. Roll and add a 7.
Perfect.
Oh,
Okay,
so I rolled a 2, add 5, 7.
gotcha. The way that I'm going to do this in my head is like you have to roll what Angus rolled to remove his success.
Okay.
So the fire almost kind of like people kind of focus on it, and for a second, like just the focus of people like changes from the chaos and fighting to like, okay, wait a minute, there's something very wrong here. Okay, with that we will go to Orb, and then after Orb we'll be back at the top of the round. Orb, what would you like to do?
Okay, just remind me exactly what is happening right this second. There's a flaming bucket
There's
that's
a
starting
flaming bucket
red.
that's starting
That's
a
a new
fire.
one.
Smoke is beginning to kind of billow out from it.
It's starting to like burn the bar because I feel like we should put this out because I feel really bad for Angus.
Putting out the fire would be prudent.
We wouldn't have a place to sleep if we don't have the bar. Also, what about the
That's
hot
another
tubs?
It is
that's a
also-
selfish point, but then also we should do it so he doesn't hate us.
Oh yes, that of course as well.
Hold on, let me just look at all
While
the
you think
stuff
about
I
that, I'm gonna plug my computer in
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
for it.
Keep talking. I'm right here.
Cool.
Can I? It doesn't look like I have any like water. Hold on.
If you don't have any like water spells, or there are like cups of water and buckets.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like,
Can
all
I?
sorts of stuff.
I want to like do. I want to throw as much water and stuff on it as I can. No hard alcohol. That will just make it. Obviously, nobody throw hard alcohol. Beer would be fine, but
There
I'm not
is
sure.
a waitress kind of walking by with a bucket of what appears to be like some kind of liquid in it. You could take that from her and
Yeah,
use it to douse
I'm
the
gonna take
fire.
it from her.
Perfect. So you
We'll
do
just see if I
that.
was successful.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I like
and
shove the
roll.
wench out of the way. I grab the bucket. She's going too slow. She needs to
Yeah.
respond.
What
quicker.
kind of check would you like to make to do this? To take the bucket
I
from
love
her?
it. I love it. Let me look real quick. The check that I want to make is strength.
Incredible. Is that primary or secondary?
It is primary.
Beautiful. Go ahead and
So I'm
make your
gonna do
roll.
20, D20.
A d20. And just for fun, I'm gonna have her roll to resist it.
Okay, I got
Ooh, beans.
what?
I rolled a 3.
Okay, great. I got 9 plus 1 is a 10. So I think I got the bucket from her.
Yeah, you definitely got the bucket from her.
Ah! Sorry, lass. I shove her into a thing of hay, a bale of hay. She doesn't get hurt. Everybody calm down. No
The wench is
wenches
fine.
were hurt in this bar fight, which makes no sense.
So you the bucket onto the flame. The flames go out. However, there's a very foul smell that begins to permeate throughout the bar as it's clear this was not a bucket of water, but instead a chamber pot.
Ew. But did it put out the fire?
It did
I know
put
it
out the fire.
okay, thank goodness. So, but now it just smells like doo-doo.
It smells pretty. It kind of smells like pee in here a little bit now. Just a little
Hey.
bit like near where the fire is.
Hey, you know what? I'd rather have it smell like a little bit of pee than, have no place to sleep.
Exactly. You can
Also,
clean up
like-
pee.
I have a heightened sense of smell. It already kind of smelled like pee anyway.
Yeah,
It's a bar. I
it's
mean,
fair. It's
yeah.
the dive. It's like fantasy dive bar.
We're really drunk. There's no seat covers back in this time,
Incredible. So back at the top of the round, Bianca, does your go?
Okay, so I was just hit, correct?
That's
By
right.
a fleshy hand.
Yes.
So I feel like fighting is not my, forte here. But I do want to help Angus with the bar because he gave me some great intel earlier. So I think what I'm going to try is to maybe bring people together with either a song or dance to get everybody off of fighting?
Sure. I mean, this is feasible. Like, people are kind of starting to like stop fighting each other, looking at the fire and the pee and everything that's happening. So
I called you gather.
So then I say,
We're fighting. Wait, say it
first of
again.
all,
You
cut
cut
out.
out.
You cut out. Say it again.
wait,
Say it again.
You're singing. It like mutes your singing.
I think because probably because you just, you know,
I was too loud. I was too loud. I need to sing lower. Okay, so I say, wait. First of all, does anyone have a large piece of meat that I could put on my black eye? And if so, I will take it in a second. Second of all,
Drew is ready with the meat.
Angus, this is his establishment. He has given us drinks. He has given y'all drinks. What if we sing him a song of appreciation? And he is the man that is.
Angus Kumbaya.
Oh no, is my mic not working?
Oh, sorry.
Angus, he is the man of the hour. He is the man of power. He is the one who keeps us fed and sometimes showered. And so let's not fight. Not tonight. Let's in fact clean up all this spite and get us back into a place of gambling and drinking and friendship.
listen,
And I'll take that meat, please.
I'm not gonna even make you roll for it because that was so awesome. There's like a little bit of a calm that falls over the bar, like a confused silence at first, but then like from the back of the bar, Angus starts clapping, just a slow clap, and then someone else picks up, and then slowly the whole bar begins clapping, and the fighting stops, and people begin to kind of right their chairs. You get a couple people like slapping you on the back, like, "Oh, that was awesome," and yeah. The big
Thank
guy is
you.
still passed out on the ground, but aside from that, normalcy begins to fall again over the bar.
I do see that someone in the chat said encore. I don't know if I remember the words, unfortunately, at this moment, but you'll see me sing again at some point.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
you'll
replay.
hear her sing again.
Yeah.
I get you like a little, what are those things?
A lute.
Fire.
Yes, a lute.
I really want to go back and actually clip that because that was great.
Oh gosh. Do it. Anyway, yay!
Hey, I'm so sorry that all this.
No,
'Cause
this
I-
was literally perfect.
'cause
I
I
had a
didn't wanna
combat
use my
plan for
own
this
roll.
session, but this was better. Okay, so yeah.
Whose
That's it.
turn is it now? What?
So now that the fight's over, is it not really initiative anymore?
Yep, so like a kind of calm falls over the bar. People are kind of now in cleanup mode. In a little bit jovial sort of mood. It seems like maybe this kind of thing happens often.
Mm.
Bernard is nowhere to be seen.
What?
Hmm.
It looks like
Okay.
whenever
Can
the
I?
action's
Go
happening.
to. Oh yeah.
He might be in his room, but
Can I help? Can I help one of the barmaids be cleaning up? Because I didn't get a chance to ask her questions because the whole, betting thing
sure.
went off.
is it also the woman you knocked over? Is it the same?
Yeah. I gently shoved her into hay. So can I go apologize to her and see if I can get some
course.
information out of her?
Yeah, absolutely. As you're doing this, Drew and Bianca, what are you doing as well?
Well, I also need to like administer some like first aid to my gal pals who got smacked.
True.
So let me see. That's one of my spells.
Beatrice.
There's little Beatrice.
Little Beatrice pumpkin spice.
Oh, little lady.
is
Oh,
so
my goodness.
nice.
Roll.
Her little face.
What do I need to roll to do my spell?
Sweetest girl. What is the spell?
First aid.
Do you have the page number for that?
No. Hold on. Let me.
Is it one of your race abilities or it's a spell you said?
Yeah, it's a spell.
Okay,
I
I've
wrote
got it
down
here.
a bunch, and
Ooh,
that's one of
I think
them.
I might also have it. I could tell
Wait,
you.
maybe did I write it in the back?
Okay, so you won't need
Is
to
it
roll
the
anything
first
for it.
aid bandages,
I
bleeding
wrote
wounds?
3 first, and tangled it.
So you don't need to roll anything for it.
No.
As far as to like
Or-
see whether or not the spell happens.
Okay.
You do kind of, I guess, like flip a coin, because it'll cure 1d2 points of damage. So either 1 or 2 points of
Okay.
damage from somebody.
Flip a coin. I can't remember the last time I flipped a dang coin.
Well, I've never used like a d2 before, so I suppose.
Remember Pogs? Remember Pogs, everyone?
I was
Yeah.
too
If
young
you're
for
if
Pogs.
you're old enough to remember Pogs.
Okay.
People might be like, "What's that?"
I missed
heads.
Pogs. They sound like a lot of fun though.
I
We should
didn't
bring
even
it
I
back.
didn't
Oh, you don't know
decide
what Pogs
which is
are?
which.
We gotta bring
That's
them
cute.
back.
Oh yeah, you could roll I like that. Roll a die and it's
Oh,
even or
yeah.
odd.
Oh my god.
All these creative math solutions.
Y'all are
'cause
so
they-
much smarter than me.
I know. Nice chat work, chat.
Thanks,
Well,
chat.
okay, so if it's even, it's what?
If it's even, it's 2. If it's odd, it's 1.
Odd.
All right. So, who are you I assume you're administering first aid to Bianca because Orb is kind of tied up with
Yeah,
somebody.
Bianca.
I mean, she could do it for 1 for me, but it's not that big of a deal.
All of
Thank
your
you.
scrapes, abrasions, bruises, band-aids.
All your gnome gashes.
Yeah.
So did my HP go back up to 31?
Yes. Yeah. You restore
Holla.
hit points.
I just
Thank
realized
you.
I have a HP of only 15, but I think it's because of my
It's because you're
illusionist.
an illusionist.
Yeah. Try not to get in bar fights anymore.
You're glass cannon, my friend. Okay. So you are talking to the wench who was not harmed, but was displaced. As you kind of help her up.
Can I roll something to see if she forgives me? See if I can charm her back into my good graces.
I love
sure.
the priorities in this game.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll charisma.
Hey, if I charm her, then she'll give me more information.
I know. I was being sincere.
Are
Oh,
you trying to like cast a spell?
no. I just
Okay.
mean like just natural. My natural
Charisma.
Woo! A 16, and I know I have a +1 on that, so it's 17.
Beautiful. And is that primary or secondary?
It is not primary, no.
Beautiful. So, yeah, you kind of help her up and she's kind of dusting herself off. She's a little wary of you, but it looks like it's mostly all forgiven. You needed an 18, but like she's mostly fine with you, you know? She's cooling off.
I know how to make it better. I helped dust her off. I apologize, and then I'm like
Yeah,
helping
yeah.
her clean up the mess, and I'm like,
Exactly.
so sorry. What's your name, lass?
My name's Marie. My name's Marie. It's lovely to meet you. Although,
good to meet
you know, of course, these are the circumstances.
I do apologize. I have a little feisty bird, and I make bad choices sometimes. I'm so sorry that this caused. Let me help you clean up.
I would so appreciate that. Thank you. Honestly, like you look at someone wrong here and it sets off situations like this every other week. So it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you for being so understanding. So what do you think of dogwood?
The dogwood.
Uh-huh.
The dogwood? Oh, I try not to think about it.
The dogwood.
It's not a place anyone should go or think about, or we're even superstitious a little bit about talking about it, though I wouldn't go that far. Some people say like if you talk about the dangers in the dogwood, they'll come and find you, you know. It's just it's a place of profound evil.
Who's they? The cultist?
Cultists. There's
Hey,
cultists?
I love that.
So I just want to know, we I know it seems crazy, but we're probably gonna go venture to this dogwood place because we got to go help people because we're just really great. We're just really giving people who want to take care of these people.
That's so
Um,
brave.
yeah, thank you. So I just want to know is there anything that you can tell us about Dogwood or any person I should talk to, anything that you think would be important for us to know that would have us, possibly just try to not get hurt. I'm at your mercy, and you seem like you know a lot of things. You pay attention to a lot of things.
Well, it's sweet of you to think so. I guess I would say there is someone who comes in and out who would probably know the dogwood better than anybody, and that's Katrin. She's a hunter and trapper.
I've heard of this lass.
Yeah, she.
Red hair, right?
Yes, indeed. She's a
With a
strange one.
scar.
A scar.
Scar.
What do you think of Katrin?
I don't like to be in her company. It's nothing
Why?
personal. It's just when you spend that much time in the dogwood, it clings to you. It's oppressive in a way. It's just
I think she's stinky.
she's stinky. We can feel it.
Not just like literally stinky, like stinky to her soul, stinky, like stinky soul, like
Not
darkness.
yeah, doesn't literally smell bad, but just there's something that makes my nose wrinkle around her. Everything. It's like an instinct. Like my bones just want me to stay away from her. Same with that other guy that was here earlier. I guess he went up to his room.
Okay, ladies, is there anything you think I've tapped out this tap? Like, is there anything else I should ask her or look for or ask if,
I feel like since the information was so similar to Angus, that we probably got what we needed to get from this. And maybe I'm wrong with saying it. I'm curious. It wasn't any different than what we already saw. So,
ideas of anything to do.
it could also be we could explore physical places. Maybe it's not like people and personnel, but sounds good to me.
Maybe we go jacuzzi it up a little bit.
Jacques!
Jacuz?
I'm sorry. My mom's in the chat and she's
Oh my gosh, that's
Who?
so sweet.
What?
Mama
Mama
Panza.
Panza,
I am
that's so
someone
sweet.
Please, everyone, support my mother in the chat.
Hi, Carla's
Um,
mom.
Hi,
as
Mom.
you all
Yay.
are,
Show
like,
show the mama some love.
Yay. Hi, Mom.
Maybe we could go. I mean, this is just because I personally would love to have this right now. Maybe we could go sit in the jacuzzi with the meats that Drew got from the cellar and just like kind of talk about our game plan for tomorrow because a lot of information happened recently and we want to does that sound good?
Yes.
It is our spa girls weekend.
I mean,
Might as
we
well.
gotta go to our room anyway. We can convene and discuss and prep for tomorrow's hijinks.
Perfect. So as you guys are headed out to the jacuzzi, Angus does kind of hand you like a note that Bernard left for him when the fighting started, just kind of asking you all to come see him before you head out, just to like check in and make sure that you guys are prepared and all that.
You think he would want a hot tub too?
Well, we could go up to his room and knock on his door. Do we want to ask him?
It's up to you all.
I mean,
can we like just have some like I'm not trying to like be like this is like literally like happening. Can we just have some girl time for a little bit before we invite him into our jacuzzi meat boiling?
We can also check in with him in the morning, before we leave.
Salami
I want to make
So-
sure he
for the
doesn't like
girls.
paint if he's there, we can't freely talk about him if we need.
Okay, so we've decided not to talk to him. We're just going to go to the jacuzzi,
Morning, we can talk to him.
and we can talk to him tomorrow morning before we leave town.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So let's put on our medieval bathing suits.
Mine's made out of chainmail.
mine's made out of leather.
I feel like
And-
if it was made out of chainmail, you would literally boil alive.
And then
Oh,
Beatrice is made out of leather. She has a tiny bikini that covers her bits.
I love her more and more every day.
Oh my
Incredible.
gosh.
So you all,
Yes.
the steam is nice. It's empty aside from you all.
Oh, thank God. 'cause
It's always
it's
like that one person that gets in that's like
yeah.
like Russian man, and you're like,
It's always really awkward when there's like those people, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep being myself. Usually that means talking loudly and a lot, and usually those people leave after a few minutes. Good that we're alone.
Okay, so we exchange information, which we all heard already,
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? Like tomorrow, what do you think is the most important stuff of the things that we found out about that we should need to remember for our journey, or what? Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna have to be prepared because there's a lot of talk about like monsters and evil, and it's like gonna be like psychological warfare. So we had to be prepared for that.
And maybe physically prepared too with weapons and other, maybe we can try to make sure we have armor or other weapons if ready at the ready.
Yes. Also, it's gonna be really stinky. I am really sensitive to smell.
Mm-hmm,
I feel like
mm-hmm.
the stink thing is like a big factor. Like, I'm interested. What does the stink have to do with anything? But
Hey,
The
Drew,
Maybe we
also,
can
like,
help
dog
them.
treats are disgusting.
Drew,
Mm.
It's more of like an essence, kind of like, like a thing lingering, like a spell. I don't know, like I'm sure people say it like that it stinks, but like I think it's more about like a spell than like.
as one in tune with nature, Drew, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
I'm gonna make a wisdom check. Roll. That's a 1.
Oh no.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Look, we're hot tub and meats time.
Wait, what wisdom
Smooth
check
brain.
about what?
No wisdom.
Maybe that's we need to
So
know.
for the druid specifically, because of like being sort of in tune with like nature
Yeah.
and natural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Actually, like, screw it. Bianca and Orb, can I get wisdom checks from you guys as well?
Woo!
Okay, that's the D20, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 15 plus 1, which is
I got a 17 plus 1, so I got an 18.
Ooh,
Ooh,
okay.
even beat mine.
Incredible. So yeah, Drew, in kind of a backwards twist of fate, this escapes you a little bit, but Orb and Bianca, in hindsight, as you're talking about your encounter with this man, and like the stink, in hindsight, there is kind of like a, that guy, like feeling.
Yeah.
Just like in your
Intuition.
bones. He
I
was
knew it.
perfectly nice to you, and there like nothing was wrong.
In the eyes.
But there is this kind of like primal thing in your body that is like.
I bet you going in or leaving, like that you get like cursed, almost like something like hooks onto you. Like I don't know if not to like in the most recent movie Smile, like it's some sort of thing like gets its grip into you, but it's not like something that other people can see. It's just like a sense or something.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a parasite.
Ooh.
Let's talk to some people from the CDC.
A real parasite. So okay, just to recap, Diedrich, Elena, and Peter are missing. That's who we're going to find.
They're either missing or they're dead
Missing or dead.
at the estate.
Katrin has red hair and a scar.
And she travels between the dogwood and here frequently.
She's gonna have a lot of information for us.
And she's a hunter and a trapper.
Hunter and a trapper?
Yeah.
The hunter trapper, and we also got we got that little shiv thing from Bernard.
Yeah, with all the gemstones. And then the guy that ran from the town 7 years ago who went kind of cray-cray, it's his journal that you found, Drew, in the cellar.
Yeah.
So that
Drew,
might...
you guys about that.
Well, in the hot tub, we've chatted.
Oh, yeah. You were going to tell us, what was the thing that you think is the most important that you wanted to tell us about that journal? I don't remember what was important about it.
Just like that. There was like the animals started going crazy.
Oh, the animals, they were stalking people. I bet you
Stalking,
they were
yeah.
under some sort of spell or something.
That wouldn't be surprising.
Wait, you guys got to protect your animals too when we go there, because what if
Yeah,
they're stalking us?
Sorry, my voice went really high.
we will.
Okay, yeah, maybe we should put. Oh, yeah, they did mention, people mentioned stuff about we need to make sure our minds are
The
ready.
fortitude.
Fortitude for our
I'm gonna
mind.
do some Sudoku right now to help my mind stay nice and fortituded, fortuitous.
Suited.
But yeah, I think,
See, I'm struggling. That's why I need to take some more Sudoku.
yeah, I think we just recapped everything that was important that I remember. The
Yeah, I
gist.
think so.
Just in the nick of time.
And yeah, you know what that means? It's time to get in our cozy
Literal
little
bedtime.
beds.
Well, it's literal bedtime and medieval bedtime.
The tiny cat bed that is for Beatrice, there's a tiny little blanket that I pull out of my backpack and I drape it over her little body.
That's so
And
sweet.
I'm putting my long silver locks up. I'm putting on my silk bonnet to keep them nice.
Gorgeous.
I had a bunch of nighttime routines.
And then Orb starts her 3-hour nighttime routine.
No, Orb is not Carly.
I said Orb. I just said Orb.
Orb. Yes, so that Orb doesn't have to have a 3-hour nighttime routine.
You said you had a 3-hour nighttime routine.
Oh, that was Drew making fun of Carly in real life. So I take my Storm, goes,
And he nestles on into my little armpit.
with his little cap, but you know he has a cap on his head. This time he has a little nighttime cap, like little Ebenezer Scrooge.
Aw.
So
And he's like, whooshu, whooshu, whooshu.
Oh, I
And
wish
then
I
my cat's like, beep, 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 beep.
had a falcon with a cap on. That's it.
and in this
Anyway.
way, sleep finds the three of you.
Mm.
At the beginning of the next day, you will embark on your quest into the Dogwood in search of the Von Brecht estate and whatever mysteries lie there. But that will be next week.
Next week on
Blood and Briar.
Blood and Briar. Will
I
the
feel
three...
like because of that fight, I had like we might have been in a completely different place at the end of this. But I love that it's like it was just a really long night. I think it was a
love
perfect
it.
start to this journey.
I feel the same way.
Yay!
I had like some other stuff planned, like if you guys got on the road already and stuff like that. I did have a combat planned, but
You were prepared.
if I can ever have an improv bar fight instead, that's way better.
I feel
You,
like
you never know what we're gonna do.
it unexpected. Like that one time we were supposed to fight a witch, and then we're like, but she's doing her job. Like we support women.
Women's rights and women's wrongs. Am I right?
Hey, we have to apologize to the wench,
Yeah.
Yep.
Plan for more bar brawls for next session. See, I'm just giving the people
Oh,
what
yeah.
they want.
Exactly.
It's not like what we would do normally. It's what is the most entertaining.
Entertaining even without bar brawls, but who knows? We'll have to do a forest brawl probably.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes. So many things.
Well, you'll have to just tune in next week to find out.
Yay!
We'll be back here, same time,
Tuesday.
same place. Thank you.
Thank you
all so
everyone who
much.
watched.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What? How do you remember everything that happens? We'll figure it out. We'll take notes. We may upload these episodes to YouTube, just so you all
Ooh.
know. So go right on ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. It's free. It's easy. You're losing money not doing it. And maybe you'll find these episodes uploaded there, just in case you missed one and want to see what happens. So thank you all again. We super appreciate your time, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.